The air is a wall, the shadows are long in the back of the hall. We're sitting on cushions, our knees nearly touch, but the space in between us is asking too much. I'm watching your pulse in the hollow of your neck, like a tiny white flag in the middle of a wreck. No shouting, no crying, no scene in the streets, just the soft, heavy rhythm of admitting defeat. The tea's gone to stone and the lights are down low. We're just two tired people with nowhere to go. And it's a whispered ending, a soft-spoken break, the kind of a sorry that's too late to make. No thunder, no lightning, and no crash of the glass, just the quietest way that a forever can pass. I'm catching your breath as it turns into mist, the ghost of a promise we couldn't assist. Yeah, whispered ending, a sigh in the dark, before we blow out the very last spark. You're looking at the carpet, I'm looking at the door. Neither of us remembers what we're here for. The I love you is caught in the back of my throat, a heavy wet anchor on a paper-thin boat. We're moving our lips, but the frequency's gone, like a radio station that turned into dawn. Is it kinder this way to not make a sound, to let the house crumble without hitting the ground? We're masters of maybe and kings of not yet, while we're drowning in things that we'll never forget. And it's a whispered ending, a soft-spoken break, the kind of a sorry that's too late to make. No thunder, no lightning, no crash of the glass, just the quietest way that a forever can pass. I'm catching your breath as it turns into mist, the ghost of a promise we couldn't assist. Yeah, whispered ending, a sigh in the dark, before we blow out the very last spark. Shh. Can you hear the us leaving? Shh. It's just the wind grieving, a mumble, a ghost, the thing I'll miss most. I'm staring at the ticket on the dashboard of the car, a destination written for a world that's way too far. We had a plan for Friday, a table for two, but now I'm just a witness to the ghost of what we do. The reservation's ticking like a bomb inside my coat. A happy anniversary that's stuck inside my throat. It's the calendar's betrayal, the clock's heavy hand, watching every someday turn to sinking sand. We promised the moon, we swore on the sun, but the counting stopped at 0 before we'd even begun. It's a moment unkept, a promise left to fray, a beautiful forever that we threw into the grave. The champagne is black, the candles are cold, a story of a future that'll never be told. Standing in the space where the memory should be, in the hollowed out us that's just a broken down me. It's a moment unkept, a shadow in the hole. The hardest kind of silence is the one after the fall. I see the one we saved for the night we made it through, but the cork is still in and the label's turning blue. You were supposed to be here, laughing at the rain. Now I'm just translating the rhythm of the pain. The movie's still playing to a room of empty chairs, while I'm drowning in the almost and the no one cares. Is there a landfill for the dreams that didn't land, for the rings that never made it to a shaking hand? I'm sifting through the could-haves and the meant-to-bes in a forest of dead and shivering trees. It's a moment unkept, a promise left to fray, a beautiful forever that we threw into the grave. The champagne is black, the candles are cold, a story of a future that'll never be told. Standing in the space where the memory should be, in the hollowed out us that's just a broken down me. It's a moment unkept, a shadow in the hole. The hardest kind of silence is the one after the fall. Just a date on the page, just a bird in a cage, unkept and unsaid. The light is turning red. The borderline of twilight just faded to black, and there's a hollowed out feeling I can't take back. The streetlights are humming, but they don't light the way through the dust and the shadows of a long gone day. I'm sitting on the stoop where we used to just be, watching the ghost of the person you were with me. The air has a coolness where your warmth used to sleep, a silence that's broken but buried too deep. The moon is a witness with a heavy, tired the quiet ache of a permanent goodbye. I'm breathing in the smoke of a world that moved on, while I'm stuck in the stillness of you being gone. It's the afterdogs missing a low steady hum in the hollowed out space where my heart has gone numb. Every street light that flickers is a memory I hold, a story untold as the night turns to cold. No crashing of thunder, just a whisper of rain washing the pavement of an indigo pain. Yeah, it's after dusk missing, and the silence is my only kissing. The windows are dark, the houses are still. I'm just a sentry on a hollowed out hill. I see my reflection in the double pane glass, watching the ghost of our future past. There's no light left in the lanterns we lit, just the shadows of some who couldn't commit. Does the night sky remember when we felt alive, or are we just fragments trying to survive? The darkness is kind, it mutes the raw sound of the shattered up pieces I found on the ground. It's the after dusk missing a low steady hum in the hollowed out space where my heart has gone numb. Every street light that flickers is a memory I hold, a story untold as the night turns to cold. No crashing of thunder, just the whisper of rain washing the pavement of an indigo pain. Yeah, it's after dusk missing, and the silence is my only kissing. There's nowhere to run and nowhere to go after dusk missing. The cleanup is lonely, the sweeping is slow, picking up the parts of a life we let go. The promises shatter like a dropped ceramic plate, leaving sharp little fragments that seal our fate. I'm handling the sharp jigsaw of glass, reflecting the moments we tried to make last. I see just a fragment of who I once was, before the crash and the final, because a dangerous beauty, this emotional debris, the wreckage of you, the wreckage of me. And I'm living after love in pieces, a temporary fix where the pain increases, trying to tape up the gaps and the cracks, holding the weight of what we can't take back. Yeah, the heart's still beating, but it's barely a hum, a patchwork of scars till the healing can This isn't a mending, this isn't a cure, just enduring the mess that we have to endure. Stuck in the after, the middle, the end, trying to glue a lover back into a friend. And I'm living after love in pieces, a temporary fix where the pain increases, trying to tape up the gaps and the cracks, holding the weight of what we can't take back. Yeah, the heart's still beating, but it's barely a hum, a patchwork of scars till the healing can come. Just pieces now, so many pieces. After love. The sirens have faded, the static is gone. I'm sitting in the wreckage of a Tuesday dawn. The neighbors are waking, the world's on the move, but I'm stuck in a rhythm I've yet to approve. I'm staring at the place where your keys used to sit, trying to find a way to make the morning fit. There's no more shouting, no more why, just a wide open window and a hollow sky. It's the ringing in the ears when the music stops, the sound of a mountain as the last stone drops. And it's the after the heartbreak, the now what phase, walking through a city in a charcoal haze. The fire is out, but the floor is still hot. I'm living in a version of me who forgot. It's not the explosion, it's the clearing of the air, the weight of the silence that's too much to bear. After the heartbreak, I'm learning to stand in a world that was built on shifting sand. Went to the movies to swallow the time, but I couldn't find the reason or the rhythm or rhyme. I saw your favorite actor and I looked at the floor, avoiding the ghost of the us from before. I'm a house with no furniture, a frame with no glass, watching the shadows of the memories pass. They say that the healing is a linear track, but I'm taking 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. I'm sifting through the debris, I'm checking the pulse of a heart that's becoming something else. And it's the after the heartbreak, the now what phase, walking through a city in a charcoal haze. The fire is out, but the floor is still hot. I'm living in a version of me you forgot. It's not the explosion, it's the clearing of the air, the weight of the silence that's too much to bear. After the heartbreak, I'm learning to stand in a world that was built on shifting sand. Just the debris and the not you and me, picking up the pieces as the pressure decreases, starting over slowly. The curtains are shredded and the glass is all gone. I'm sitting in the wreckage of a gray-colored dawn. The wind has stopped screaming, the thunder has died, but I'm still feeling the pull of the tide. The photographs are scattered like leaves on the floor, and I don't recognize my own face anymore. It's the ringing in my ears, the weight in my chest, the hollowed out feeling of a heart put to rest. The clouds are all breaking, the sky is turning blue, but the world is a graveyard of me and you. And it's so quiet now after the storm inside. Nowhere for the broken or the lonely to hide. The flood waters are receding, leaving the silt of every beautiful thing that we built. I'm standing in the center of a flattened out life, cutting through the silence with a memory knife. Yeah, it's over now, the rain and the pride in the aftermath of the storm inside. I found your umbrella by the side of the road. I'm checking the foundations, I'm checking the beams, but there's no structure, integrity left in our dreams. They say the air is freshest when the lightning is done, but I'm just shivering, waiting for the sun to show me the damage, to show me the cost of every single heartbeat that we went and lost. And it's so quiet now after the storm inside, nowhere for the broken or the lonely to hide. The flood waters are receding, leaving the silt of every beautiful thing that we built. I'm standing in the center of a flattened out line, coming through the silence with a memory knife. Yeah, it's over now, the rain and the pride in the aftermath of the storm inside. Drip, drip, the ceiling is leaking, so floorboards are creaking. It's over, the storm is gone, but I'm still holding on. The dust has finally settled on the floor, and I don't hear your ghost behind the door. The gravity that pulled us to the ground has left a heavy, hollow kind of sound. I'm looking at the crater where we stood, trying to remember if the view was good. The impact's over, the shaking has ceased. I'm picking up the feathers of a broken winged beast. It's the morning after the mountain came down, and I'm the only survivor in this ghost of a town. Now I'm just walking through the after the falling, listening for a voice that's no longer calling. The sky is so quiet, the earth is so still. If the crash didn't break me, the recovery will. I'm tracing the outlines of where we once fit, amongst all the wreckage and the fire we lit. After the falling, the air is so clear, but I'm terrified of the silence I hear. I found you watching a pile of debris, stopped at the second you walked out on me. I'm building a campfire out of the wood from the house that we built as well as we could. The smoke is a signal, a white lonely line, an SOS from a heart at the valleys where things can grow, but all I see is the ash and the snow. I'm waiting for a heartbeat to start in the clay, to tell me I'll make it to another day. Now I'm just walking through the after the falling, listening's no voice that's no longer calling. The sky is so quiet, the earth is so still. If the crash didn't break me, the recovery will. I'm tracing the outlines of where we once fit, amongst all the wreckage and the fire we lit. After the falling, the air is so clear, but I'm terrified of the silence I hear. Picking up stones, mending the bones. Victim sound is not only through. Now there's just me, without any you, after the fall. It didn't happen with a bang or a spark, just a gradual fading, a walk in the dark, a brick at a time, where I'm building the wall, watching the pictures tilt in the hall. I didn't notice the roof was so thin until the first drop of the winter got in. Your coffee is cold and my tea is the same. We're playing a part in a tired out game. We're losing the color, we're turning to gray, like a shoreline that's washing sand all away. I'm reaching for us, but I'm grabbing the air. The ghost of your touch is no longer there. It's the quietest landslide I've ever seen. The space in the middle, the what could have been. Gravity's weighing in and I'm losing ground. It's a slow together with tape and with string. But I can't stop the winter from doing its thing. The foundation's shifting, the windows are cracked, and there's no turning around, there's no going back. We're just two shadows in a house made of glass. Until there's nothing left. I'm still rehearsing the lines I'll never say, tracing the outlines of how we walked away. We left the ending hanging on a wire, a slow burn smoke without a real fire. You said perhaps, like it was a holy word, but it's the loneliest sound I've ever heard. Now I'm just pacing the halls of what if, staring down the edge of a jagged cliff. We built a house on a shifting sand, with a knot right now, and I hope you understand. But time is a thief, and the clock is cruel, and I'm tired of playing the waiting your phone and hope my name is there, or is someday just a way to say you don't care? The middle ground is a desert, dry and wide, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. I'd take a no if it meant I could breathe. I'd take a goodbye if it meant you'd leave. But you keep me tethered to a phantom string, waiting for a bell that's never gonna ring. Is it a promise or is it a cage? Are we the book or just a blank page? Stop keeping me steady, just let me fall. Give me the never or give me the all, 'cause I'm living in the wreck you turned me after the maybe, counting all the almost that didn't save me. It's a beautiful lie, it's a sweet hesitation, but I'm dying in the static of this conversation. You gave me a ghost of a chance to hold, while the story we started is turning cold. I'm over the edge, I'm done with the baby, I'm lost in the silence after the maybe, after the maybe. There's no more light, just a long, long shadow in the middle of the night. You're a possibly I have to lose, a might have been I didn't choose. Just after the maybe. I'm walking through the supermarket aisles, past the ghost of our old easy smiles. I saw the brand of tea you used to buy, and for a second I forgot to say goodbye. But the world didn't stop, the lights didn't dim. I'm just a cup filled with grief to the brim. It's a secret I'm keeping from the afternoon sun. The battle is over and nobody won. I'm wearing your sweater like a layer of skin, trying to keep all the used to be in. Now you're just a silent memory, a quiet ache, a ripple on the surface of a frozen lake. I can't hear your laughter, I can't hear your name, but the space that you left still feels exactly the same. No shouting, no crying, tucked under my tongue, the saddest of songs that'll never be sung. The dust on the bookshelf is settling deep on the promises that we were too tired to keep. I found a receipt from a dinner in May. I couldn't quite bring myself to throw it away. It's the small, heavy things that anchor me down in the middle of this busy, indifferent town. Do the neighbors know that a kingdom fell? Can they see the cracks in my porcelain shell? Or is heartbreak a frequency only I hear? A high-pitched ringing that never stays clear. Now you're just a silent memory, a quiet ache, a ripple on the surface of a frozen lake. I can't hear your laughter, I can't hear your name, but the space that you left still feels exactly the same. No shouting, no crying, no cinematic end, just a slow motion break that'll never quite mend. A silent memory tucked under my tongue, the saddest of songs that'll never be sung. Shh, can you hear it? The sound of the gone. I'm carrying the quiet into the dawn. Just a memory, silent and still. The gold on the nightstand is starting to tarnish. We stripped off the light and we peeled off the varnish. I'm sitting in the kitchen where the air's awake, beside all the dinners we shouldn't have ate. I still see the forever we carved in the wood before we both realized we misunderstood. The ink on the paper is dry and it's cold, a story of us that's already been told. I'm checking the fine print for a way to survive the wreckage of trying to stay half alive. And it's so quiet after the promise is broken, in the hollowed out space where the always was spoken. We're just two survivors of a beautiful crash, watching our kingdom all turn into ash. I'm holding the pieces of a till death do us part, with a jagged edge hole in the middle of my heart. after the promise. The calendar's stuck on a Tuesday in May, before the I-dos all drifted away. I went to the mailbox for a letter from you, but I only found bills in a sky that's too blue. The neighbors are mending their fences outside, while I'm looking for somewhere for this failure to hide. Does a vow have a ghost? Does a word have a bone? When you're standing in the wreckage, truly alone, I'm breathing in shadows, I'm exhaling the gray, watching the smoke of our history stray. And it's so quiet after the promise is broken, in the hollowed out space where the always was spoken. We're just two survivors of a beautiful crash, watching our kingdom all turn into ash. I'm holding the pieces of a till death do us part, with a jagged edge hole in the middle of my heart. Yeah, it's a long, lonely winter, a cold kind of honest, living in the silence after the promise. Just words on a page, in a beautiful cage. The forever is gone, I'm moving on after the promise comes the truth.